Welcome to NSDEE 5.0. In this demo, I will show you how to use the Program-Initiated Debug Launch feature. This is a Visual Inspect compatibility feature. It allows you to launch a debug session in NSDEE from a non-stop system using the same mechanisms that are used to launch debug sessions in Visual Inspect. Program-initiated launches include user-initiated launches, such as Guardian launches with Tackle's run-d command, and OSS launches with run-debug. They also include debug sessions launched when a program executes a call to debug or process debug. To enable these launches, you must first establish a connection to the non-stop system in NSDEE. Both SSH and Telnet connections are supported. First, I will connect to the non-stop system in NSDEE. Make sure you're in the non-stop development perspective. Under Non-Stop Tools, select Configure Connections. This opens the Network Connections dialog. I've already filled in the system and username information and selected SSH as my preferred protocol. Before connecting, check the box Accept Incoming Program-Initiated Debug Connections. Click Connect. NSDEE is now connected and ready to launch debug sessions from Nonstop. Click OK. I've opened a Cygwin shell to do the launch. Any terminal emulator can be used, as long as you connect from the same Windows system on which you're running NSDEE. I've connected to the Nonstop system and set my volume to the volume containing the file I want to debug. When I enter the run-d command, you can see that NSDEE opens a debug configuration for the program. This configuration is automatically generated by NSDEE. It has a generated name and only the launch type, host user ID, and executable path are filled in. To complete the launch, click Debug. The bottom status bar shows that the debug session is launching. NSDEE will ask me to switch to the debug perspective. And the program is now ready to debug in NSDEE. You can set breakpoints, step, examine variables, etc. For this demo, I'll just click Continue and let the program run to completion. Note that the program output appears in the Cygwin window. If this had been an NSDEE-initiated launch, the program output would have appeared in the console view of NSDEE. Let's do the same launch again. Note that NSDEE opens the same configuration it generated for the first launch. NSDEE will always look for a matching debug configuration before it generates a new one, and it will match generated configurations as well as user-created configurations. When NSDEE opens the configuration, we can launch it as is, or we can make changes before launching. I'll set the project. This is the project that I used to create the demo executable. I could also make other changes on the debugger or source tabs, and I could rename the configuration. Changes on the arguments and environment tabs have to do with launching the application. They'll have no effect at this point because the application has already been launched. Click Debug to finish launching the modified configuration. The debug session has launched. I'll just terminate it this time. We can see in the Cygwin shell that the program was terminated without producing any output. For the first launch, we had no matching configurations, and NSDEE generated one for us. In the second launch, we had one matching configuration, and NSDEE reused it. If we have more than one matching configuration, NSDEE will ask us to choose one. Let's do that now by creating a second configuration. Open the Debug Configurations window. Select the generated config, right-click, and select Duplicate. Let's change the config name to Demo50. Save the changes by clicking Apply. Close the configuration window. Now let's launch the program again. NSDEE has opened a config selection window. I'll select the second config that I just created. And it opens the configuration that we selected. Now suppose we didn't really want to debug with NSDEE. Maybe we were debugging something else with NSDEE, but we wanted to debug this application in Native Inspect on Nonstop. Instead of launching this time, let's cancel the launch by clicking Close. Native Inspect is started in the Cygwin window, where I can debug the program using the command line interface. I'll just let it run to completion. If you prefer to launch debug sessions as quickly as possible without stopping to edit the configuration or confirm the launch, you can set your workspace preferences to do that. For this run, I don't want to see the configuration selection pop up, so let's delete one of the duplicate configurations we currently have. Now let's change the workspace settings. Open the Preferences window. Go to Run/Debug, Launching. Select Program Initiated Launch Options. And you'll see there's only one option here, to open the debug configuration before starting. We can uncheck that box and click OK. Now let's do the launch one more time. And it launches without opening the debug configuration. This completes the Program Initiated Debug Launch demonstration.